The year was 1162, the place a rugged landscape of rolling plains and unforgiving deserts we know today as Mongolia. A boy was born named Temujin, destined to reshape the world. His birth, however, was far from glamorous. Temujin entered a world of tribal rivalry, constant danger, and scarce resources. His father, Yesugei, was a chieftain, but their tribe, the Borjigin, was far from powerful. Temujin's early life was marked by hardship. His father died when he was just a boy, possibly poisoned by a rival tribe. This left young Temujin and his family vulnerable. They were cast out, forced to live a desperate existence, scavenging for food and evading their enemies. This experience forged in Temujin a resilience and cunning that would serve him well in the years to come. He learned the harsh realities of survival on the steppe. He hunted with his brothers, mastered horseback riding, and honed his skills with a bow and arrow. Most importantly, he observed the intricate dance of power and loyalty within and between the nomadic tribes. He understood the importance of alliances, the fickleness of fate, and the brutal consequences of weakness. These early challenges weren't merely trials, they were the crucible in which a conqueror was forged. The boy who endured betrayal, hardship, and constant threat would use those lessons to unite a fractured people and build an empire the likes of which the world had never seen. Emerging from the chaos of his youth, Temujin proved himself a gifted leader and strategist. He understood that the Mongol tribes, divided and often at war with each other, were vulnerable. His vision was to unite them, to harness their collective strength and unleash it upon the world. He began by forging alliances, solidifying his position through strategic marriages and displays of courage in battle. He challenged and defeated rival chieftains, slowly but surely consolidating his power base. His charisma and his ability to inspire loyalty were extraordinary. Warriors flocked to his banner, drawn by his vision and his reputation as a fair but ruthless leader. Temujin's victories were not solely due to military might. He possessed a keen intellect and understood the importance of law and order in building a stable society. In 1206, at a grand assembly known as the Kurultai, Temujin achieved what had seemed impossible. He united the Mongol tribes under his rule. He was proclaimed Genghis Khan, a title that has been interpreted as Oceanic Ruler or Great Khan, signifying his absolute authority and the vastness of his ambition. The era of Genghis Khan, a name that would become synonymous with both terror and awe, had begun. With the Mongol tribes united, Genghis Khan turned his attention outward. He commanded the largest contiguous land empire in history, and its creation was a spectacle of military brilliance and ruthless efficiency. His first target was the Xixia kingdom of western China. The Mongols, masters of horseback warfare, proved too powerful for the sedentary armies of Xixia. Next, Genghis Khan turned his gaze towards the powerful Khwarezmian Empire, which spanned Persia and Central Asia. This campaign, sparked by a betrayal of Mongol envoys, would become legendary for its brutality and its impact on the course of history. Cities like Samarkand, Bukhara and Urgench, centers of Islamic learning and culture, were razed to the ground. The Khwarezmian Shah, once among the most powerful rulers in the world, was driven to ruin. Genghis Khan's conquests were not merely about plunder and destruction. He was driven by a pragmatic desire to secure trade routes, to acquire wealth, and to expand his empire's borders. He was a shrewd judge of character and often incorporated defeated enemies into his ranks, valuing their skills and knowledge. His armies were a testament to his belief in meritocracy. He promoted soldiers and generals based on their abilities, not their social standing or ethnicity. Genghis Khan was more than just a conqueror. He was a visionary leader who understood that true power lay not just in military might, but also in governance and law. He established a comprehensive legal code known as the Yasa. This code, though never written down in Genghis Khan's lifetime, governed every aspect of Mongol life, from family matters and property rights to military organization and criminal justice. The Yasa was designed to maintain order, promote loyalty, and ensure the smooth functioning of the vast Mongol Empire. It emphasized meritocracy, loyalty, and obedience. It outlawed practices like kidnapping and the stealing of livestock, which were common sources of conflict among the nomadic tribes. It also included provisions for religious tolerance, reflecting Genghis Khan's own belief in the importance of respecting different faiths. While the Yasa was undeniably harsh in its punishments, it provided a framework for stability and justice in a tumultuous era. This legal code, a blend of Mongol traditions and Genghis Khan's own pragmatism, played a crucial role in holding together the diverse tapestry of cultures and peoples under Mongol rule. Section 5. Trade routes paved with silk and steel. Genghis Khan recognized the importance of trade. He knew that a thriving economy was essential to the long-term stability of his empire. He took steps to protect and encourage trade along the Silk Road, the network of ancient trade routes that spanned Asia and connected east to west. Under his rule, merchants enjoyed safe passage, and the Silk Road experienced a golden age. He established a system of relay stations known as Yam throughout his empire. These stations provided food, shelter and fresh horses for messengers and traders, facilitating the rapid movement of goods and information across vast distances. He also introduced a form of passport known as a paitsa, which granted bearers safe passage and protection within Mongol domains. This period of Mongol peace, or Pax Mongolica, brought about unprecedented cultural exchange and intellectual flourishing. Ideas, technologies and goods flowed freely across the empire, connecting the east and west in ways that would have a lasting impact on world history. The Mongol Empire, under Genghis Khan's leadership, became a conduit for knowledge and innovation. Section 6. The Khan's long shadow, legacy and death. Despite his legendary status, the circumstances surrounding Genghis Khan's death remain shrouded in mystery. He died in 1227, at the age of 65, while on a campaign against the Tangut Kingdom of Xixia. The exact cause of his death is unknown, with various accounts attributing it to illness, injuries sustained in battle, or even a hunting accident. Following his death, his body was returned to Mongolia and laid to rest in a secret location in accordance with Mongol tradition. The location of his tomb remains a mystery to this day, despite numerous expeditions and attempts to locate it. His descendants, following his final instructions, continued his policy of expansion, conquering vast swathes of territory and extending the Mongol Empire's reach across Asia and into Europe. Genghis Khan's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He was a brilliant military strategist, a ruthless conqueror, and a visionary leader who left an indelible mark on the course of world history. His empire, though short-lived, facilitated cultural exchange, trade, and the dissemination of knowledge across continents. Section 7. A world transformed. Genghis Khan's impact. The impact of Genghis Khan's conquest reverberated throughout the 13th century and beyond. His empire played a pivotal role in shaping the political landscape of Eurasia. The Mongol Yuan dynasty, established by his grandson Kublai Khan in China, had a profound impact on Chinese society and culture. The Golden Horde, a Mongol Khanate that ruled over Russia for centuries, left its own mark on Russian history and development. Genghis Khan's conquests also had significant demographic and genetic consequences. The Mongol expansion led to the displacement of populations, the mixing of gene pools, and the spread of diseases. It's estimated that millions of people perished during the Mongol conquests, but it's important to remember that these were often protracted sieges and battles, not deliberate acts of genocide. The Mongol Empire's impact on global trade cannot be overstated. By securing the Silk Road and promoting commerce, Genghis Khan and his successors facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas and technologies on an unprecedented scale. This period of intensified trade had a lasting impact on the global economy and contributed to the rise of new centers of commerce and innovation. Section 8. Debunking the myths, a balanced perspective. Genghis Khan's legacy is often shrouded in myth and controversy. He is often portrayed as a ruthless barbarian, a bloodthirsty tyrant who left a trail of destruction in his wake. While there's no denying the brutality of the Mongol conquest, it's essential to view his actions within the context of his time. Warfare in the 13th century was a brutal affair, and Genghis Khan was no more or less cruel than many of his contemporaries. He is also criticized for the destruction wrought by his armies. While cities like Samarkand and Baghdad were indeed sacked, it's important to note that Genghis Khan was not driven by a desire for wanton destruction. He was a pragmatist who understood the importance of preserving centers of trade and commerce. The destruction inflicted by his armies was often a strategic necessity, a means of breaking the will of his enemies and securing his conquests. It's also worth noting that Genghis Khan was a man of his word. He valued loyalty above all else and was known for his fairness to those who submitted to his rule. He was surprisingly tolerant of different religions and cultures, recognizing that diversity within his empire was a source of strength, not weakness. Section 9. Genghis Khan's enduring allure. Centuries after his death, Genghis Khan remains a figure of enduring fascination. His story is one of ambition, ruthlessness, military genius, and unexpected innovation in governance. He rose from obscurity to conquer a vast empire, leaving an indelible mark on the course of history. He was a product of his time, a man who understood the brutal realities of power in a turbulent era. His legacy continues to be debated and reinterpreted. Some see him as a ruthless tyrant, others as a visionary leader who brought stability and prosperity to a vast region. His story has inspired countless books, films, and works of art, capturing the imaginations of people around the world. His name still evokes a sense of awe and wonder, a testament to the enduring power of his legend. Genghis Khan's rise and reign offer valuable lessons about leadership, ambition, and the complexities of power. He was a man of contradictions, a brutal conqueror who valued loyalty and justice, a pragmatist who dreamed of uniting the world under Mongol rule. His story serves as a reminder that history is rarely black and white, and that even the most influential figures are products of their time and circumstance.